I'm not really sure what to say about this movie. What's up everybody, back today to talk about another movie that I'm not really sure how it got on my list of movies to watch, but it's called Let Us Pray. The prey is like as in hunting prey. And it came out in 2014, stars Liam Cunningham. If you know who he is, he's one of the brothers to one of the kings, I think, on Game of Thrones. And Polly-Ann McGintosh, she was the lady that played in The Woman a couple years back. Liked her in that. In this one she plays a cop, and basically Liam Cunningham comes to town. When the man comes to town, that's the beginning of the movie, and they all wind up, she's a cop, she winds up arresting him and putting him in this jail with these 6 other scumbags, a couple of which that are cops. And you've seen it a million times, the stranger comes to town and he's kind of there, what is he going to make them pay for their sins? Or is it Armageddon? Is he the devil? Is he an angel? What the hell's going on? You kind of get the idea. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. You got to watch it, but I'll tell you what was good and what was bad. The intro was pretty freaking cool, I got to admit. It's only a couple minutes long, but the way Liam Cunningham just shows up, and I really like that. Except for one thing, they have this CGI Black Crow, which is freaking stupid. But from there, the rest of the hour is kind of, the last 30 minutes, the movie picks up, so I enjoyed the last 30 minutes. That's when it kind of really became a horror movie. Before then, it was just like, a lot of acting by Liam Cunningham, and him playing with a freaking matchbook, and being cryptic and shit like that. And, we're discovering slowly about all these other people's little shady pasts, and it was a lot of flashbacks, so I don't really like that. But the last 30 minutes, like I said, picked up a lot of blood and guts in the last 30 minutes, so I like that. Overall, the film looked pretty good, and the chief of police had probably the craziest character arc. Just an ugly guy. I mean, no offense if you're watching the video, guy who played the police chief, a lot of acne scars, crazy guy quoting the Bible the whole time. And I really liked what they winded up doing with his character, though, by the end of the film. That's when the film really picked up quite a bit, in my opinion. I was almost half asleep, and then I was like, oh, pretty cool ending. And then the little reveal at the end between Polly-Ann McGintosh and Liam Cunningham, I like that part, definitely. And now let's talk about the bad parts, because overall the film just felt generic. It felt like something I've seen a million times, The man comes to town to rain vengeance on the shady townspeople, and, the clock's ticking to midnight, and everybody has a secret they're trying to hide, and he's playing with his fucking matchbook. I just thought that was kind of stupid. And then later on, they had a part with fire, which I thought that the matchbook could have came into play, and that they didn't even use. That part was just a little nitpick I thought of now. The Blackbird CGI, I told you I didn't like that already. Sort of generic. Let me see, what are my other notes? Did not feel fresh, yeah, that's something else. And the accents are a little heavy. I mean, no offense to my friends across the pond, but I'm not used to hearing that, so it's hard. Sometimes they say something real subtle, or the way they say something, my hearing's not that great anyways, and I'm like, huh, what? So maybe, possibly, a little bit was lost in translation. And I hate to say that because the movie's in English, but, the movie's kind of vague on what Liam Cunningham is already, and then you're just like, okay. I mean, I got the gist of what he was. I got the gist of the whole story. It just, some of the dialogue pisses me off because I just don't understand what they're saying. And if I rewind it every 5 seconds to see what they're saying, you see what I'm getting at? So it bugs me a little bit. You can hate on me for that, that's fine. Overall, I just felt the last 30 minutes were good, and that was about it. So I'm going to have a hard time recommending this. 2.5 out of 5, I think. Maybe 3. I don't know, 2.5 out of 5. Because I don't think you need to see this movie. If you get it for free streaming, watch it. That's about, 2.5 movie. I don't think you have to run out and catch it unless you're a fan of one of the 2 main actors. If you've seen Let Us Pray, let me know what you thought down below, and see you guys soon. Bye.